Hello and welcome to a beautiful Sunday for some baseball. Here at Volunteer Park, your Waterloo Warriors are taking on the McMaster Marauders in your first of two games. This one at noon. You got some rowdy dugouts, you got some rowdy players, and a packed crowd as the first pitch comes in. It will be watched down and away for a opening ball in this game, which should be pretty exciting. On the Waterloo website, it says the last matchup between the two teams, 2021. As the second pitch in the at-bat fouled back for 1-1 count. Two teams that are 5-5 in the West Town encounters, not counting the last 4 seasons. No, I'm not sure if they haven't faced in the last 4 seasons or if the data is not there. As the third pitch in the at-bat high and outside, 2-1 now the count. Leatherland's the leadoff bat in yesterday's games, both of them. As a matter of fact, we'll see what the lefty can do here. As the 2-1 pitch comes in, that one also floated high and outside. You have a 3-1 count now to your opening batter. Well ahead in the count, Leatherland likes what he sees. As the 3-1 pitch in swung on and fouled down, fills up the count here for the Waterloo Warriors. We'll see now what Nyack, the pitcher for the Marauders, can do here, the right-hander taking the mound. Swung on, hit high up to the right field side by Leatherland. Ranging under it is the right fielder, able to make the grab, as that will be the first out of the game. That's coming up now. Powa, the second baseman in the game for Waterloo, the umpire. Not sure what he was talking about there, as we had a little time in our game. The first pitch to Powa, inside for a ball. Powa ready for the pitch. That one also high and inside. Powa taking the first two pitches in his at-bat, both for balls here as he goes up 2-0 in his count. We'll see now how Powa decides to attack, as Nyack, with one out so far, gets a beautiful pitch to just grab the outside part of the zone. 2-1 now, as Nyack looks to battle back in the count. As the 2-1 pitch in, beautifully placed fastball brushes past Powa, as he can't quite get the bat speed up to it. With an evened up count now, Powa's going to have to be defending the plate. As that swung on and missed again, the fastball well in effect here for Nyack. Beautiful, beautiful pitches in a row. Going down, 2-0 in the count. The Marauders pitcher really knows how to battle back. That's going to be an issue for Waterloo if he's going to be finding his fastball all game. As that brings up the right fielder, Tinish, for the Waterloo Warriors. 2 outs now on the board. As the first pitch off speed outside the strike zone. The dugouts for both sides still rowdy as ever. Waterloo still letting them hear it, even though they have 2 quick outs on the board. As that fastball finds the zone, and Nyack has been elite so far with that heater. We'll see if he could keep dotting it up as the game continues. The first inning going well for him so far. Swung on, fouled straight back. 1-2 the count. One and two here for Tanesh, the left-hander. Swung on and fouled high, back and deep to the third base side. Out of play. 1-2, the count remains here for the lefty on Waterloo. Nyack trying to put him away and continue his solid inning of work so far. 2 outs on the board. As that one can't quite find the strike zone. Evens up the count 2 apiece now. As Tinish battling back in this at-bat. Swung on and another foul ball. That one out into the parking lot. Well out of play. 2-2 the count remains here as Tinish continues this battle. Trying not to be the last out here in the top half of the first inning. As the right-hander for the Marauders looking good so far. Pitch comes in. Swung on and fouled back again. Daigneau staying alive. Daigneau takes his time, resets, reloads, and gets ready to go here. That's Nyack with the pitch. Up top, fills up the count. 3-2 now. Battling all the way back now. Daigneau. Lots of foul balls. And now 3 balls on the board. 3-2 the count. It's the off-speed pitch is hit hard into right field. That one's going back and will be caught. That's the 3 outs here. Nyack, 3 up, 3 down. Effective work from the Marauders pitcher. We'll see you when the Waterloo Warriors come up in the bottom half. Here we are back for the bum half of the first inning. The first pitch in from Max Todd, the pitcher for the Waterloo Warriors, in fair for a strike. We'll see how Todd can do here. Starting in our first of 2 games as the second pitch in there for a strike. Again, the fastball effective thus far. Todd, a standout pitcher from last season, trying to regain where he left off as that one swung on all the way back to the backstop. Thrown down to first. And that will be thrown not in time. Base runner safe on the strikeout. It's not how you like to start the game. The fastball too effective for Max Todd as it breezes right past his catcher. Unable to make the grab there. The fastball in again from Max Todd. This guy's been electric so far to start this one. The fastball is unhittable at the moment. As he looks off the runner at first, who takes his lead. Pitch comes in and I want a ball down low. 1-1 now, count. See how Max Todd continues to attack here. As he throws over to 1. Not in time. As the runner will be safe back at first base on the pickoff attempt from Max Todd. as the pitch in outside with the fastball. And your defensive alignment for the Waterloo Warriors, your infield, Jenkin at first, Powa at second, shortstop's going to be Grant, and then your third baseman is Carter Kipp. Steps off is Max Todd. Of course, catching Max Todd this afternoon is going to be Smart. And then your outfield in left, Shepard, who hit a home run yesterday. Leatherland in center. And then Tanish in right. As the pitch in outside, 3-1 now the count. White, the shortstop for the Marauders, finding himself in a great count. As the pitch in finds the strike zone, fills up the count here. Max Todd, when he has that fastball, he's dangerous as that pitch finds the outside part of the strike zone. Grant, the right fielder for the Marauders, reaching first base on a strikeout. As that's fouled right back. Right back over my head. I got a lot of expensive stuff here. Don't want that hitting anything I own. As still in a full count. If I do go silent, that's because I'm in protect mode. As usually at Jack Couch Park there, we have lots and lots of protection in my booth. Nothing here. As that one sharply hit to the second baseman, picked up to the second baseman, over to 2, and then over to 1 for the double play. Waterloo putting that fielding magic to work and getting them out of a tough situation. Coming up now, Valechi, the third baseman for the Marauders. Beautiful fielding there from Waterloo. Exactly how they practice it. A sharply hit grounder to the second baseman. That's Powa, who immediately flips over to Grant, who makes a beautiful throw to gun down the runner at first. No runners on base now with 2 outs in the bottom half of our first inning. Todd starts off with a breaking pitch, an off-speeder to start his third at-bat with a strike. As the second pitch in from Todd, 1-1 the count. As Todd resets here, looks to attack again. Swung on the breaking pitch yet again. 1-2 is the count now, as when Todd has his stuff, there is no pitcher better. As we'll see what he can do now against the right-handed third baseman for McMaster. As the pitch in, fouled straight back. Staying alive, McMaster. 2 outs now in the bottom half of our first inning. Taking a little while to reset, dust off the home plate as Max Todd flipping that ball in his hand, looking confident as ever on the mound. We'll see what he can do now as the reset. Pitch in and outside, can't get a swing. Evens up the count now. Todd playing with the advantage there. 1 strikeout already on his resume this afternoon. As the off-speed pitch swung on and sat down. Beautiful inning there from Max Todd as we'll go up to the second inning, tied 0-0. The first pitch by Nyack in the strike zone there as the McMaster pitcher, excellent thus far, starts off the top half of the second inning, 0-2. Oh, and 2. Nyack wanted that one bad. Walking off the mound already. Good eyes there from Jenkin, the first baseman for the Waterloo Warriors. Not to swing. Makes the count 1-2 as he looks the ball back in this one. Nyack trying to sit him down as the pitch comes in. Off speed, up top. Doesn't find his mark. As the 2-2 pitch in, swung on, hit hard down the first base line, and it will get through the first baseman's legs. That's a big single for the first baseman Jenkin to start the second inning. Waterloo gets their first base runner of the game. Coming up now, Shepard hitting a home run in his last game. And we'll see what he can do in this one. And not quite his last game, his second last game, but and a home run yesterday as he starts his at-bat ahead. 1-0 is the count now with a runner on first base. No outs. Nyack with the fastball gets hit hard out to left field. That ball's carrying back, and it's carrying back, and that one is gone. A monster home run for Shepard. Is this guy hot or what? As the score goes up 2-0 for the Waterloo Warriors. The home run celebrations on full display here for Waterloo. It doesn't get any better than that. A man who's hot and keeps that streak going. Big 2-run home run as that sets up Kip, the third baseman. As Shepard, when he gets his bat on the ball, it flies, and we saw it live. As there's another pitch hit hard out to left field, but that will go foul, out of play. As Nyack now with the 0-1 count. Pitch comes in, chopped hard to the second base side, and that will get through into the outfield. The hitting clinic continues here for the Waterloo Warriors. Get another base runner on. Single. Home run. Single. This will set up the designated hitter Robinson for the Waterloo Warriors. Playing with fire here with a base runner on and no outs. We'll see if this hot streak can continue for the Waterloo Warriors, who are getting it done on the road. As the pitch in from Nyack gets it to go in the zone. When he gets his heater to go, it is dangerous. This is a man with a elite fastball. Throw over to one. Not going to be in time. A dive back from Kip. I think he just wanted an excuse to dirty up his jersey. As he dives back over to the first base bag, Nyack looks back for the pitch as that one's chopped hard to the shortstop. He'll pick up, throw over to two, as that'll be all they get. The one out on the fielder's choice. Good fielding regardless there. Solid choice from the shortstop to get the lead base runner. And the first out in the top half of our second inning. We'll see how Nyack responds now to having a base runner on first. Yet again, his third separate base runner reaching first so far as the first pitch swung on and missed there. From Smart, the catcher for the Waterloo Warriors. Batting lefty. Pitch in and swung on, swung over. Beautifully placed by Nyack one. Again, that fastball just dotting him up so far in this one. As Smart looks in, ready to go. Will take the off-speed pitch, sees it well the whole way through, getting himself back into this count now, 1-2. As he dug himself a hole early on, Nyack. We'll see how he continues this battle here. Pitch comes in, and it's in the dirt. The base runner staying on first for the Waterloo Warriors. 2-2 now the count. Waterloo is a team that is a threat on the base paths. Lots of speed in their outfielders and from their infielders. Guys like Grant are no slouch on the base paths, as that is hit sharply to the second baseman. Will pick up field to 2, who bare hands flips over to 1, and that one will be thrown away. They will get their out and thrown away, thrown out of play, which will advance the base runner all the way to second on the fielder's choice for Waterloo. It was a beautiful bare-hander from the second baseman, really trying to turn 2 to get out of this inning. Unfortunately, the throwaway will be an error. Back-to-back fielder's choice here. Waterloo continues to get base runners. The home run, the only source of their runs so far. 2-0 the score here at Volunteer Park. As the pitcher calls time, wants his signs again. And we do a full reset. As Nyack with the pitch, up top with the heater. Can't quite get that down in the zone, but a great fastball when he is down him up regardless. We'll see if he could resume that action here. As he looks in, gets his sign. Checks on the runner at 2. And the pitch comes in, hit hard to the left field side again. That one is going back, but camped under and making the grab. The left fielder for McMaster will put an end to this inning. Waterloo scoring 2 runs to give themselves a 2-0 lead, as we'll see you in the bottom half. We are back with our ball game here at Volunteer Park in Hamilton, Ontario, as the home team, McMaster, taking on the Waterloo Warriors with Max Todd on the mound. The first pitch in fastball finds the outside part of the strike zone, dotted up there from Max Todd, who has not allowed a base runner so far. Actually, that's a lie. Has allowed a base runner, but it was on a strikeout. Now reached first base as that one swung over 0-2 very early here. Coming up now, McQuaid, the catch, or Underwood, the first baseman, McQuaid on deck. Swung on, chopped to the second base side. Todd gloves it, but it will be picked up by Power. Thrown over to 1 and picked out of the dirt. First out of the inning for this Waterloo Warriors infield that converted a double play earlier in this game and continues to look sharp. 3 hits so far for the Waterloo Warriors in this game. 2 singles and a home run. Max Todd on the mound. Goes with the off-speed pitch and gets that to fall into the zone for an opening strike. 0-1 the count, as Todd has been getting himself ahead in the count very often here in this game. To his advantage, as that one bounces about a foot from the plate. 1-1 now the count. Waterloo Warriors ahead so far in this one. 2-0 the score for the visiting team. As that one hits straight back, straight up. Smart under it, and will make the grab for the second out of the inning. Todd, 3 pitches is all it takes for the second batter. And under 3 pitches for the first. This has been a very effective outing thus far, especially in this inning. Fouled straight up. I thought we were going to see another souvenir ball, but no, we will not. An easy out there for Smart, who makes no mistake with that big catcher's mitt. As Todd ready to face off against Shannon, the designated hitter for the Marauders. Shannon, a righty bat, facing off against the righty pitcher Todd. Has the pitch down in the dirt. A windy day yesterday at Jack Couch Park. Not so much here in Hamilton. Slight breeze going out towards left center field. As Max Todd looks in, gets his sign, and enters his windup. Hit hard, crack down the center field, as that will be a single from the designated hitter, Shannon. And a well-hit ball, very well worked at bat. As Dick now, the left fielder for McMaster. Definitely a locker room favorite. The clubhouse probably enjoying his walk-up music. As the pitch in from Max Todd will find the strike zone. That's 0-1 to start the count. Todd looks in, ready to face off against the righty bat up top and swinging on it and swinging through it. 0-2 now the count as Dick, the left fielder. We'll see what he can do here. As that one hits straight up. Souvenir ball coming into the crowd. And that will hit off a chair, not hit off anybody in front of me, thank goodness. As we have a mad dash for the ball. And the little kid wins it. 0-2, the count will remain. As you can't believe the hustle on display. Max Todd with the pitch. Fastball can't locate the outside part of the strike zone, as that will be 1-2 now the count. Dick trying to work his way back into this one. As Todd in his windup swung on and swung over. That will get him out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down, making it look easy. 2-0 as we go to the top half of the 3rd inning. We're back in the third inning in our first of two games here in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada. It's the first pitch in from Nyack. The pitcher for McMaster will find the strike zone. And this is a guy, if you are just tuning in, has an elite fastball. We'll track that as this goes on. That one's chopped sharply down to the first base side. Nyack makes the play on it and will get the out himself. Beautiful from the pitcher there, who takes matters into his own hands, getting the first out of the third inning. That was Grant up. Fouled straight back now. Pitch watched and taken for a strike. One out already on the board here for Nyack. And that one swung on, hit hard to the shortstop, who bobbles it, but will pick it up. Throw over to one. Will be in time for the out. Gets the fielding to go in a tough situation. Bobbled ball, but makes it work. Had some good fielding there from McMaster to get 2 outs on the board. Up now, lefty for Waterloo, taking the first pitch for a ball outside. As the right fielder, Tanish, with a good at-bat his first time up, will take the second pitch in this at-bat for a called strike on the outside, finding his spot. Nyack, the pitcher for McMaster. So far, so good, other than a 2-run home run given up to Shepard. And that's the 2 runs you see on the board now. That's 1-2 now the count to Tanish, the right fielder for the Waterloo Warriors. As he'll watch that pitch outside. 3-1 now the count. Fastball count to Tanish, hitting in the 3-hole spot for Waterloo. Waterloo coming off a win and a loss yesterday against Western. Swung on, swung over. 3-2 now the count. Nyack going right at Tanish and going right by him. As the pitch in, watched for a walk. A close call, but a good call. Tanish with the eyes to get on base. That's the first walk of the game for either side. Both pitchers pitching some relatively clean games thus far. We'll see how Nyack can respond here with 2 outs and a runner on first base. Facing off against Jenkin, the lefty first baseman for the Waterloo Warriors. He takes the first pitch outside for a ball. Get himself ahead in the count. 1-0. A guy that at this point just wants to get on base, but when he does get that bat on the ball, it flies. And it flies far. As the pitch in from Nyack, the runner going. Throw down not in time as he's stolen base behind Nyack's back. Tanish showing off the wheels, and that's what I talked about in the second inning, as this Waterloo Warriors team is a team that's got wheels and will steal bases on you, especially their outfielders, Leatherland, Tanish, and Shepard, all with the wheels. As Nyack stepping off, wants to see his signs again as we reset and get ready for the 2-0 pitch. Throwing in down in the dirt, and that will put the first baseman in a great situation. 2 out the count. Excuse me. We'll see what Jenkin can do here. Lined up, wants to do damage. 2 outs already on the board, but a runner in scoring position for the Waterloo Warriors. Nyack gets hit hard, but foul. We'll advance the count now to 2-1. 2-2. That was the throw down. The throw to second base on the steal was a strike there from Nyack. Evens up the count. And chopped hard to the first base side. I'll keep the count at 2 apiece here. Nyack battling, and battling effectively thus far. Keeping that runner on second base to the best of his abilities with 2 outs. Scoring position is always deadly when you got a guy like Jenkin taking at-bats. As he looks at the pitcher. And the pitch comes in, floated up top to fill up the count. Another full count here in our top half of the 3rd inning. Still 2 outs against. Of course, remaining unchanged. Pitch in from Nyack, fouled again. Coming over on it is the 3rd baseman for the Marauders, but unable to get to it as that is well out of play. The count will remain where it's at, 3-2. With 2 outs. Jenkins still trying to cash in that runner on second base and keep the runs coming for Waterloo. 2-0 the score thus far at Volunteer Park in Hamilton. Nyack been starting the game for McMaster, tying his shoe at the moment. Paused for a moment, was concerned about an injury, but he looks to be A-okay as we look to resume baseball very soon. Kicking off here, Nyack set to attack with the full count. Pitch in and pitch down low. That's a second walk of the inning, and 2 base runners on now for Waterloo. As we're going to get a little mound visit here. McQuaid coming out to talk to his pitcher. Third inning going very well for your Waterloo Warriors thus far. Getting base runners on. Aside from the 2 groundouts to start the inning, this is about as good as it gets. We'll see if they're going to be able to cash in these 2 runs before the pitcher here for McMaster gets himself out of the jam. Their mound visit will not result in a pitching change. Shout out Carson Hepburn in the chat, the pitcher yesterday for the Waterloo Warriors. Man with an elite fastball. Very exciting to watch. We'll have to keep track on when he will be hitting the mound again. And it's coming up now. Shepard already homered once in this. We'll see what he can do here with 2 base runners on instead of 1. It's the first pitch in, finds the strike zone. A beautiful fastball from Nyack. Gets him ahead in the count. As Nyack looks in, gets his sign. The wind picking up to right center. As that went down in the dirt, the catcher has no idea where it is. Time called. As the umpire accidentally grabbing the ball there. Base runners will remain where they are. One of those lightning fast plays as we get a little mound visit here, getting Nyack's head back into the game. As the umpire had the ball get caught in his pants. But we're all good. Ready to play some baseball. Base runner still on first and second for the Waterloo Warriors. Count 1-1. Back-to-back walks. Setting up the base runners for Waterloo here. And Sam Shepard, the dangerous hitter, who will take that pitch for a strike down in the zone. 1-2 now. Against Sam Shepard, the rowdy Waterloo bench getting active as that one is swung on and swung over. 2-2 the count now. As Nyack looks to reset here on the mound. Swung on, chopped hard to the shortstop as he'll pick it up and throw over 2-2 in time to get McMaster out of the inning. The score will remain 2-0 as The umpire trying to maintain emotions, keep them in check here as the ball game will rage on in the bottom half of the third inning. More likely than not, Todd taking the mound for Waterloo. Back again in our beautiful afternoon game here at Volunteer Park in Hamilton, Ontario. Waterloo facing off against McMaster in an Ontario University Championship Division game. As the first pitch in for Max Todd, the pitcher, the starter for Waterloo, still out there for the bottom half through 2 innings thus far. Has allowed 1 base runner on a strikeout and nothing else. As that one hit hard to Grant, the shortstop will pick it up and throw over to first. Not in time, as that will be what looks to be an infield single. And you dribbler over to the shortstop. Not able to get to it in time. As that was Stonehouse leading off, the center fielder. McMurray, the second baseman, now up as the runner going, and the ball getting gloved down and thrown over 2-1. Not in time by Powa. That one was close, but not getting there. 2 base runners on back-to-back infield singles. Take them out you can if you're McMaster. And they will take them just like that. The hustle, putting 2 base runners on for the McMaster Marauders. With Grant now coming up, the shortstop, or the right fielder, for McMaster. Todd now dealing with 2 base runners. His first 2 hits allowed of the game. As the umpire takes his time, as Todd really playing that patient game. Using pace to his advantage here. We'll see if it is. As he resets and punch shown and couldn't pull back in time. A huge strike call that Max Todd gets. And now he knows they will be showing bunt. It'll be very interesting to see how he decides to continue to attack here. Facing off against the leadoff bat for McMaster. Checks on the runner at 2 and set to throw. The off-speed pitch not quite making it in. Staying away from the batter here. He knows they want to bunt and he doesn't want to give them that option. With no outs yet in the bottom half of our third inning, Max Todd trying to get himself into this one. Battling from behind. We'll see what the righty can do. Bunt shown again. Pulled back, but doesn't matter. In the strike zone from Todd. 1-2, and that one gets the dugout going for the Warriors. We'll see how Todd attacks here. 2 base runners on, no outs thus far in the 3rd inning. Looks in, gets his sign. Checks off the runner at 2. And the righty using timing to his advantage. Gets a swing. Shortstop Grant picks it up. Throw over to 2. The throw over to 1 by Powa. Not going to be... I can't see from my perspective if that's in time or not, so we'll wait and see if a base runner winds up on first. But a very effective out. And no, they cannot turn 2 as the dribbler to the shortstop didn't have enough time. They will get the easy out on second base. Working with my limitations here in an away ballpark. Can't quite see everything that, well, the rest of the crowd gets to see here, but an effective out there. We'll put base runners on the corners with 1 out. Todd's still trying to get himself out of this jam that he has found himself in. As that one skied up to the right field side, coming in on it and camped under at the Waterloo Warrior right fielder. Throw in as well as play at the plate. No, we will not. A throw over to 2 as well. And that one also not in time. Effective base running from McMaster will score 1 run and advance the base runner to second base. As the sacrifice fly, very effective for McMaster to get them into this game. 2-1 now the score. Tanish does not make it in with his throw. The coach really letting the umpire hear it, and umpire not taking any of that. No ejections quite yet here as the emotions are starting to peak at Volunteer Park. Max Todd dealing with a runner on second base. As time called as Max Todd entering his windup. Max Todd, a pitcher that likes to use pace to his advantage. Will go quick sometimes, will go slow other times, and that slowness not only throws off batters, will also throw off the umpire. 2 outs now against as the fastball up and in. As the pitch in, finding the strike zone again. 0-2 here for Max Todd. As so far in this inning, we've seen a single fielder's choice, and a sacrifice fly. Todd trying to work his way out against the right-handed batter. Checks on the runner twice on second. Throw in, and that's it. The inning over. Max Todd gets his way out of the jam, only allowing 1 run. As we will see you in the top half of the 4th inning, the Waterloo Bats set to resume. We are back here in the top half of the fourth inning here at Volunteer Park. Of course, these games are, in fact, just 7 innings long, so the fourth inning all the more important as the first pitch from the new pitcher for McMaster. In for a strike. That'll be Mulch taking over the game from Nayak, who pitched beautifully, only allowing the 2 runs on the home run from Shepard. Other than that, effective through 3. We'll see how Mulch attacks here coming into the game in relief against Waterloo. As 2-1 now, the count. Looks to be Robinson taking at-bats here. As the pitch comes in, chopped sharply off the ground to the shortstop side. Will he have time to make the throw? And he will, as there's the first out of the inning for McMaster. Mulch getting it done. Coming up now, number 26 for Waterloo, right-handed bat, facing off against the right-handed pitcher. As that's a beautifully placed pitch, finding the outside part of the strike zone to get ahead in the count. Mulch, number 15 for McMaster. We'll see what he can do here. Already getting a quick out in his relief appearance. Has that pitch just down in the zone. It looked good, but not good enough. 1-1, now the count evened up. As Mulch looking in, trying to ignore the Waterloo dugout, who might be getting in his head as that throw bounced in. Getting behind in the count now, Mulch. The dugout letting him hear about his height. Calling him real tall. As he looks in for the pitch. Up top in the zone. 3-1 now. Waterloo finding themselves in a good position here. Trying to get their first base runner of the inning. And the dugout getting loud, getting rowdy, just as you know and love them, as the throw in, skied up towards center field, camped under it, and making the grab. McMaster, Stonehouse out in center, getting the second out of the inning for Mulch. Ground out and a fly out so far as Smart coming up. It was Kip, the leadoff man. Robinson flying out. And now the left-handed bat Kip coming up. Left-handed bat Smart coming up, the catcher in today's game. As the first pitch down in the zone, not finding the strike zone. Smarty, you're ready for the 1-0 pitch. Hit hard down the first base line. And that will be picked up by the first baseman and ground out to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down. Mulch makes it work in his relief appearance. We are back now for the bottom half of the fourth inning. McMaster getting runs on the board there last time out as Max Todd still out there. 1-0 the count to open up. A single, followed by another single. The second pitch from Max Todd out of the zone, followed by a fielder's choice to advance the runner to third. And then a sacrifice fly would get the run going for McMaster here in our Sunday afternoon game, as the third pitch in the at-bat will find the strike zone. 2-1 the count. Max Todd trying to work his way back in here. The righty facing off against the lefty bats as 3-1 now the count. Max Todd not in a situation that he prefers to find himself in. As the 3-1 pitch in there for a strike, working his way back into the count. Swung on, fouled straight down. Staying alive here in the full count. The leadoff bat for McMaster. A pitch in here from Todd. Inside with the fastball. Can't quite find his zone. Todd doesn't like it, but he'll have to take it as the first base runner of the inning makes his way on. And the first walk of the day for Max Todd. As Todd looks in with a runner on first, no outs. Shows bunt as that goes right back up to Max Todd, who will pick up and make the easy out at first base. The base runner will advance at the cost of a run. With one out now and a base runner on second, Max Todd facing off against the righty bat for McMaster. The first pitch off speed finds its way into the strike zone, catching that outside part of the plate. As Max Todd checks on the runner at 2, the wind blowing out to right center field as the fastball not making its way in. 1-1 now. Max Todd looking to battle back here. As the throw in on the even up count will find the strike zone. Beautifully placed at bat. 1 and 2. That fastball. Electric when he is finding the zone. We'll see what he can do now as time called by the batter. Ready to go again. Set to attack. As the pitch chopped down the third base line, 1 and 2, the count will remain. Me pitching now from Max Todd. Off speed, finds its way into the strike zone. Sat down looking as he gets a beautiful strikeout here for the second out of the inning. With that base runner on second base, Max Todd's going to have to be as clutch as he possibly can, and here he is clutching up with a huge strikeout. As the first pitch swung on, hit straight up, camped under it. Making the grab, the Waterloo Warriors get the way out of the inning. Walk or not, it doesn't matter. 3 outs, just like that, as we come back in the top half of the 5th inning. We are back with baseball here at Volunteer Park in Hamilton, Ontario. As the first batter for Waterloo squares up to bunt, third baseman picks up, throw over, and it will be in time for the first out of the fifth inning. Waterloo still up in this one, 2-1. The score remaining unchanged. In the past inning, of course, those runs for Waterloo coming off a huge home run for Shepard. Big 2-run home run. We'll see if the Waterloo bats can keep it up. Shepard in 2 days, 4 RBIs on just home runs, as he's hit 2-run home runs 2 days in a row. As the first pitch to the second batter in our fifth inning will be a ball down low. As McMaster has put a new pitcher into this one, a right-hander taking over. Facing off against Leatherland, the lefty leadoff batter for Waterloo. As that ball comes inside, 3-0 now the count. Leatherland finding himself in a great situation with one out here against the Waterloo Warriors in our fifth inning of work. Leatherland starting the game with a fly out. We'll see what he can do here, as he will take his free bag. Gets over to first base with one out, one base runner now. Waterloo has a chance to put up some work and maybe get up a rally if they can. Facing off against the new pitcher, Mulch, only lasting 1 inning. Powa, the second baseman, coming up now. We'll see what he can do here. Ready on ready matchup as the throw over to first base. Not in time. Staying safe on the pickoff attempt. As McMaster here, trying to get back into this one. Fouled straight up. Camped under it. And making the catch for the second out of the inning. No chance for the base runner to advance, as it is looking simple in the field for this McMaster squad. We'll see now what Tanish can do here, the corner outfielder, as the runner goes. The throw down in time and will get him out. Beautiful throw from McQuaid. McMaster loves to see that. Just how you draw it up to get out of the top half of the fifth inning. We'll see you in the bottom. McMaster set to bat here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, facing off against the Waterloo Warriors. As the first pitch hit right back up to Max Todd, who will glove that down for an easy out. Do that 3 times and we'll be out of this inning in a jiff. As that's just as unfortunate as it gets for the McMaster batter. Lining right back at the pitcher, right back into his glove pretty much. Max Todd will take that all day as he looks to continue his outing. 4 1/3 innings pitched so far, as he will start off his second at-bat of the inning with an off-speed, beautiful breaking pitch that finds its way into the strike zone. Max Todd looks to continue his effective outing, only allowing 1 run so far. Two hits, 1 walk in his appearance. With 3 strikeouts to go along with it. And he's going for his 4th, as that's an 0-2 count early here for Max Todd. As the pitch comes in, swung on and fouled back over into the parking lot. Bouncing off guard here. As the lefty bat for McMaster, staying alive. Todd with the pitch, swung on and fouled back to that third base side yet again. Just late on these fastballs that have been electric. As that one far out of play. Pitch inside the first ball of the at-bat. Offered at by the batter here for McMaster, but not swung on as a beautiful check swing. Todd with the breaking pitch that does not find the strike zone. 2-2 the pitch, as that's as close as it gets without being in the zone. As the count now evened up, Todd resetting on that mound, getting his sign. And set with the pitch that's skied up towards the center field shortstop side and will be gloved down for the easy second out of the inning. No base runners allowed yet for Max Todd in his 5th inning of work. Taking his time here in this one. Trying to get out of this inning and set up his team and keep that bullpen as fresh as he possibly can, as the first pitch in outside for a ball. Working that fastball. Trying to get it to hit the outside part of the strike zone. Unable to here is Max Todd as the batter takes the time. Todd still using pace to his advantage as much as he can here. As he fully takes time, cleans off his glasses. The secret to his success, good vision. As he looks to be ready to go here. In our bottom half of the 5th inning, McMaster trying to get their bats alive, trying to get back into this game. 2-1 the deficit against. As the fastball yanked outside. 2-0 now the count. Swung on and missed there. Beautifully placed pitch there from Max Todd. As he looks in the windup, the off-speed pitch finds the zone. Evens up the count now with 2-2. When Max Todd is on, there is some unhittable pitches that will come out of his arm. We'll see what he can do now. 2-2. Swung on and softly hit up to the second baseman, Powa, who will make the play to end the inning. 3 outs for the Waterloo Warriors as they stay up in this one, 2-1. We'll see what they can do with the bats in the top half of the 6th inning. Here's Dinesh up for the Waterloo Warriors, set to kick off the top half of the 6th inning. With a new pitcher on the mound, another right-hander for the McMaster Marauders. His warm-up music, Kung Fu Fighting, as he gets the first pitch in for a strike in the zone. We'll see how he fights the Waterloo side here, as it is going to be Dinesh, Jenkin, and Shepard as the three batters we know. We'll see. As Dinesh takes the second pitch of the at-bat high and outside for the 1-1 count here. McMaster going to the relief well. Heavy in this game. 3 innings for their starter, Nyack. Turned over to Mulch. And I haven't gotten the names of the other 2 pitchers, unfortunately, so. But I do know their warm-up music, which was Little Teapot and Kung Fu Fighting. And currently we're watching Kung Fu Fighting. Number 13 for McMaster, the right-hander, with the pitch inside, making Dinesh turn away. As we now have a 3-1 count here. Sets up for the fastball. We'll see if it is delivered here from McMaster. We saw lots of 3-1 counts yesterday and lots of breaking pitches out of it. Trying to play with expectations as much as possible here as the right-hander for McMaster set with the pitch. And that will be up top. The leadoff batter walks his way in. Over to first base. Waterloo with good eyes thus far in this one. That's their 3rd walk of the game. 4th walk of the game. That in our last inning. Caught stealing would end it off. We'll see if Dinesh can show off the wheels here as Jenkin lays down the bunt down the third base line. It will be picked up and turned to 1 for the easy out. But it will advance the base runner. Waterloo playing some effective small ball here. And that will set up Shepard, a dangerous hitter, when he's given a pitch to hit. Already homering once in this game. A 2-run shot in the 2nd inning. We'll see what he can do here with a base runner in scoring position and just 1 out on the board. As 13 looks off the runner, the right-hander with the pitch, swung on, hit hard down the third base line. Kicked by the third baseman, who will pick it up and throw over to 1. Not in time as it is thrown away. Dinesh going all the way over to 3. Shepard to 2 as base runners in scary positions for McMaster here with just 1 out on the board still. Still just 1 out on the board, and the ground out into double play no longer in effect. For McMaster, they're going to have to get out of this the long way, the hard way. We'll see if they can do so here with their right-handed relief pitcher on the mound. Runners on second and third base in a dire situation. As the first pitch inside for a ball to start us off. A walk, a bunt, and an error putting us in the situation we find ourselves in here with 2 base runners on. As we see the righty for McMaster deliver the pitch, that's hit hard down the third base line and will be smothered up by the third baseman. And he dives back over to the third base bag for a beautiful, beautiful out, getting the lead, a base runner there. And getting them out of the inning on a beautiful double play. And while you don't have the ground out into double play, you can catch them out, tag them out. Beautiful fielding from McMaster to get themselves out of a dire situation. 2-1 the score will remain as we head to the bottom half of the 6th. McMaster trying to get their way back into this one. Bottom half of the 6th inning as Max Todd comes back out onto the mound, facing off against the righty bat for McMaster, and the bats for McMaster trying to get themselves back into this one, facing a 1-run deficit as that's hit hard into center field. A leadoff single for McMaster gets them right back into this one. Beautiful piece of hitting there. Max Todd been on the mound all game for the Waterloo Warriors. 5 innings of work thus far, and just 2 hits allowed. That would be his 3rd hit allowed of his outing. As the throwback to Todd soars over his head there. The first pitch in the at-bat taken for a ball. The dugout for McMaster starting to get into this one as that one down in the dirt, and it's not going to make them any quieter as the mind games being played between the two teams, and our ball game here are just kicking off in our first of 2 games. As you really hear him start to get into it, Todd with the fastball, that's hit hard into left field. Camped under it is Shepard, who will make the out as the base runner cannot advance. A hard hit ball, but a ball hit right to the fielder. One out here in the bum half of the 6th. McMaster down to their final 5 outs in this one. If they are unable to score 1 run in those 5 outs, then this will be over, and we will be seeing you in our second game. McMaster trying to advance this to extra innings. Will they be able to do it? We'll have to wait and see as Max Todd reigns on the mound, facing off against the lefty bat for McMaster. As the off-speed pitch that he's like to go to first, and a lot of his at-bats not finding the strike zone there inside for the called ball from the umpire. Resetting now the lefty bat for McMaster, set to face off against Todd as he throws back over 2-1. Not in time to get the pick off, going for that free out, unable to get it there. As Todd with the throw, a hit and run in effect, runner going, swung on, but chopped foul. 1-1 now the count as McMaster trying whatever they can to get runners into scoring position and to get runners around the base path. 2-1 still the score here. Those 2 runs for Waterloo coming on a home run. And then the run for McMaster coming on some solid base running. As that swung on, fouled hard down the first base line. 1-2 now the count. Max Todd, a pitcher that gets lots of swing and misses with his fastball. We'll see how he attacks. Of course, deep into this game here in the 6th inning, already 1 out with a base runner on. Max Todd with the pitch outside as the runner goes, but because the fastball was outside, Smart unable to get to it. Trying to calm down his starting pitcher here. A runner in scoring position with just 1 out. McMaster's finding himself in a great position with 2 outs again, 2 strikes against here. Max Todd still in a power spot in this at-bat. 1-2 the count. Swung on, fouled deep down the third base line. Out of play. As Todd looks to reset here, 1-2 the count. As the dugout getting into it. Swing on and swing misses. There we go. As Todd still with a 1-2 count here. Using pace to his advantage. Pitch comes in, swung on and missed with that fastball. Burns it by him for the 2nd out here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. He needs to get as many of those as he possibly can here. Base runners in scary spot. Scoring position, second base. Max Todd trying to get out of this as he's got 2 outs now, facing off against his 4th batter of the game, and the emotions running high in this one here. Our first of 2 games at Volunteer Park. Max Todd checks on the runner at 2. And the fastball in, outside. Smart trying to calm down his pitcher earlier on. We'll see if it works. As Todd checks on his runner on 2 for a while. Pitch comes in, skied straight back over my head. And that will advance the count now to 1-1. As the souvenir cannot be found by a lucky kid, unfortunately so. As Max Todd now with a 1-1 count. The off-speed pitch will get fouled straight down. 1-2 now. Max Todd ahead in the count and in a great spot. Number 17 for McMaster, the righty bat. Taking a moment to reset, taking his time. As we look to continue here. Pitch in. Swung on, hit hard to center field. Camped under it. Leatherlands will make the grab to get Waterloo out of the inning entirely. We'll see you in the 7th as Waterloo trying to extend their lead as much as they can. McMaster down to their last 3 outs. Make sure you stay tuned to see how this wraps up. And we are back now for the top half of the 7th inning. Waterloo's potentially last at-bats here, as the first pitch will be inside. A ball to start off the leadoff at-bat. Swung on, hit hard to the right field side. Camped under it and making the grab will be McMaster, getting an easy out to start off our 7th inning of action here, our final inning of action in our game this afternoon. Of course, McMaster down 1 run in this one, trying to limit the Waterloo bats, keep that lead just to a 2-1 deficit for them as the first pitch in swung on and swung over. As the right-handed bat in for Waterloo will take the second pitch of his at-bat and take his free base. That's Kawara coming in to pinch hit for Jenkin. And now they will bring in a pinch runner, trying to get their lead to 3-1 or maybe even more. As instead that was Robinson who was pinch hit for. Right-handed bat up there, right-handed pitcher for McMaster. As the first pitch swung on and blooped into the outfield for a single. 2 base runners on now with just 1 out for the Waterloo Warriors. McMaster putting themselves in a hole, and now the leadoff bat, the lefty bat, Leatherland making his way up for the University of Waterloo. We'll see what you can do with 1 out and 2 base runners on. The speedy center fielder coming up to take some very important at-bats. Pitcher checking on the runner on 2 as the first pitch comes in down low. The leadoff bat with good eyes to start his at-bat here in what could be our final inning of play. The top half of the 7th. 1 out against McMaster. Trying to get 2 more. As the throw to 2 is held, but threatened by the pitcher for McMaster. Gets right back on the rubber and is ready to go yet again. Leatherland takes a minute to reset, and we're ready to go for more baseball action here. Of course, this game being played at Volunteer Park in beautiful Hamilton, Ontario. As the throw skips past the catcher, will advance both base runners to second and third, and the situation getting even more dire for McMaster, as a good hitter is at the plate with 2 runners now in scoring position rather than 1, and both speedy runners at that. We'll see what Leatherland can do here. The lefty stepping into the box, ready to go. Facing off against the closer here for McMaster, the righty looking over at the runner at third and is set with the pitch, and it burns by Leatherland. A beautiful, beautiful pitch there to get the count to 2-1 here. Leatherland still in a good spot here, but doesn't want to go down in the count, doesn't want to even up the count with his 2 base runners on, and of course only 1 out still in this one. Definitely has the option to bunt, especially with just 1 strike against. Calls time to look over at the sign. The infield is in for McMaster, so any bunt attempt will be thrown to home. At least you'll check the runner at third, try to freeze him up as much as you can. As the bunt is placed and very softly hits, and everyone will be safe for Waterloo. Beautiful small ball baseball as bringing the runner home, as it doesn't get much better than that when you lay down a bunt. You advance the runner from second to third, and you score the runner from third to advance the lead to 3-1. Leatherland, the leadoff bat, showing off his skills. As Waterloo looks to keep the action rolling in this one. Runners on the corners with still just 1 out. Of course, that bunt is still in play as ever. You want to score as many runs as you possibly can, as the pitch outside to Powa, the second baseman here for the Waterloo Warriors. As the pitcher looks off the runner on 1. And I said with the windup, swung on and missed. The beautiful fastball beating the hitter here for the Waterloo Warriors. Runner on third, runner on first for Waterloo as they look to advance their lead all that much more. As the pitch in hit hard to the right field side, and that will hold up the runners here Beautiful catch from the right fielder on a ball that could have been dangerous for McMaster. Will limit the damage as runners will remain where they were, planted on first and third. No tag-up opportunities as we get a mound visit. As the pitcher here for McMaster is being hit hard and being replaced, it looks like. We'll come back with the game when the new pitcher ready, warmed up for McMaster. Make sure you stay tuned and stick around in the top half of our 7th inning. We're set to return here in the top half of the 7th inning. The pitching change made by McMaster. The warm-up music tragically hit. We'll see what he can do here. The lefty facing off against the lefty Tinish. With 2 outs now against, runners on third and first base. Waterloo still has an opportunity to do some damage, but McMaster all the same opportunity to shut them down. As that one skied up to center field, going back on it will be the center fielder, and he keeps ranging as it will be made by the left fielder coming over and making a rangy catch, beautifully made. As we'll see you in the bum half of the 7th inning, the score 3-1, the deficit 2 for McMaster. Their bats are going to have to come alive in a big way. Bottom of the 7th inning here at Volunteer Park in Hamilton, Ontario, as the home McMaster Marauders are down 3-1 against the Waterloo Warriors, visiting from our usual location on Waterloo, Jack Couch Park. Taking a little detour here for a beautiful day for baseball, as the first pitch in for Max Todd, the starting pitcher for the Waterloo Warriors, set to stay in the game for the bottom half of the 7th. We can see what he does here. Just needs to get 3 outs, and we'll have the complete game win, as the second pitch in his at-bat flies all the way out of play. 1-1 now, the count to the Husky hitter for the Marauders. A man that looks like he's going to do some damage if he could get a bat on the ball. The foul ball there had some exit velo to it, as the fastball for Max Todd up in the zone. Can't quite get it down. The McMaster Marauders team with lots of team chemistry, playing Milkshake Brings All the Boys to the Yard as the walk-up music, which is a pretty good rib. They've used Little Teapot and now Milkshake as some of their funny songs. You gotta love this McMaster Marauders team. They're keeping the energy high even while down. You can hear the dugout all the way through the diamond, as Todd now skies the 2-2 pitch to fill the count now, 3-2 for the Waterloo pitcher that started this game for them. Todd taking his time, waiting for the righty batter to be ready, as he's now set with the full count. Swung on and shots back up to Max Todd, and he will glove that down and make the easy flip over to first for the first out of the bottom half of the 7th inning. McMaster down to their final 2 chances. As Todd set to face his second righty in a row here in this Marauders lineup. As first pitch off speed finds its way into the zone, freezing up the batter for McMaster. Down to their final 2 outs, their final 2 chances here. We'll see how Todd decides to handle them here. Pitch comes in, another off-speed pitch, another pitch that finds the strike zone. 2 straight strikes for Max Todd, making it look easy here as he's found himself well up in the count. And he's set to pitch the 0-2. That's in there. Skied in the air by the batter to the first base side. Camped under, making the grab. Easy out for Waterloo, as they've gotten 2 outs real quick here in our 7th inning. The bottom half of the 7th inning, as we have a replacement here. A pinch hitter, number 10 for McMaster, coming up. Trying not to be the final out of the game, as Todd finds the strike zone with his first pitch. A beautiful fastball, going back to the fastball after effectively utilizing his off-speed pitches in that last at-bat, trying to get in the heads of McMaster and working effectively so. Hit hard down the left field side, ranging over on it and making the grab to end the game. Shepard, you'll love to see it from the Waterloo Warriors, picking up an effective win. The fielding, batting, pitching, all coming together at once for a huge 3-1 win. Now, we are away, so I can't say our usual play Waterloo, but we'll enjoy the silence as we thank you for tuning in to our first game here. I'm your play-by-play man and broadcast director, Curtis Collings. We'll see you later on for our second game of our doubleheader. Make sure you stick around on the Waterloo Warriors Baseball YouTube channel.